Shalom, family. Pray all is well. Welcome back to another Faithful Friday Sabbath Class, okay? So I'm Brother Yatab, and we're going to continue with our reading of the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, okay? And last we left off in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. I'm going to pick things back up from verse 12 and break down 13 and move on. Okay, so Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, in verse 12, and it reads, "And I rejoice in them all, because wisdom goeth before them. And I knew not that she was the mother of them. I learn diligently, and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches." So that's wisdom too. When you're learning wisdom, you're learning especially the wisdom of the Most High and our righteous forefathers and foremothers. Those are things to communicate. It's not meant for us to house these things and to never share. And for some people that can be tough because some people I may not necessarily like to talk to people. I may not like to talk. I may not like to teach. Or don't feel as if I'm capable of teaching. Don't feel as if anybody want to hear what I have to say. But the biggest way you teach it is through your example and living it. You want to live it, breathe it, let it be your example. And then the words follow, and sometimes you could say a lot in just saying a little bit, sometimes just be a few words, a sentence. And you see those times when, okay, this is the time where I should speak, or this is the time I need to speak up. Because sometimes you might just be that person in that situation that the Most High placed to be able to speak on that. He might have you there like, man, this is an opportunity. I chose you to speak to this brother, to speak to this sister. Tell them, that, hey, this is what they need to hear. Sometimes it be on you, and you refusing, you fighting against the spirit. You going against the grain that the Most High wants you to do. Like, man, I set this up perfect for you, but you denying me right now. You're not letting your light shine. Your light ain't supposed to be under a table hid and you trying to hide. And nah, it's to be out there to represent him. That's what he's looking for. So that's important too. We learning and learning diligently. Learning there's a care and concern with our studying, our grooming. And it's supposed to be to fight, to be better and do better. Not do worse and get worse. Over time, there should be growth. You should be growing, and as you grow, there's a change. Because as you learn, I know better. I should what? I should do better. I know now I should apply. I should start changing my ways, changing my mindset. Dang, I didn't know that. All right, now I know. Now I got to change the way I think. So then I start thinking differently, start carrying myself differently as it pertains to those things, and start executing differently, start changing my action, changing my behaviors to be in accordance with righteousness and the Most High's wisdom, the wisdom that the scriptures teaches us. So, and I'm willing. So even if I don't necessarily put myself out there like that, I'm still willing to communicate the wisdom of the scriptures freely and deliberately when the time is suitable. So now, and it says, I do not hide her riches. I'm not, because wisdom is valuable. It's valuable. Even if others don't find value in it, that's okay. Hey, you give multiple people a autographed Tony Hawk skateboard. That doesn't mean everyone's gonna have the same value for it. Some people, it's gonna be, oh man, that, woo, man, man. Someone else is like, man, I get that to my nephew, get that to my cousin. I don't want that. Someone else is, Tony who? I don't know them people. Get that back over there. So everybody different, but it doesn't change the fact that you learn. Oh, Tony Hawk, he has a reputation highly for being a legendary skateboarder, and that's got him a highly successful name to where if it's something that his and his name on it, that's valuable in this society to where people pay good money to have something like that. So you learn, oh snap. So even though, hey, let me get that back then. Even let me this might be worse. I'm gonna hold on to this. I don't know nothing about no skateboarding, but I never skateboarded a day in my life, but I'm gonna hold on to that. So 'cause that's worth something. And there's a similarity even with those who may not value the wisdom of the scriptures. Some of these things they've never learned, never learned in the format that you may be blessed and having the opportunity to learn now. But if you teach them, apply it, it's gonna be people who like, man, that makes sense. And you ain't necessarily got to read the script, but you learn it so then when times come up, you can apply it in conversation. You ain't have to necessarily, hey, Wisdom Solomon chapter 7 verse such and such say this. No, I just say, you ain't even have to say, man, the scriptures teaches. You just got to say, hey, brother, you should handle it this way. Hey, so you should handle it this way. Hey, just be mindful if you do this and you teach wisdom of the scriptures that way. And you don't hide. And then you give credit if people say, man, where you learn that? Hey, man, hey, it's what God teaches through his word. It's what the Most High God teaches. It's, hey, what the scriptures teach us. And sometimes you may even preface it with that. You might lead with that. Hey, scriptures teaches, hey, do this. It just all depends on the scenario that you in. So case by case. So now, moving forward in verse 14. For she is a treasure unto men that never faileth. Because think about it. Treasure is valuable. And it's not just, usually when you find treasure, there is some type of hoard or even just a chest that has some pieces in it, some pieces of gold. They got a few collectible items in there. So even like with wisdom, there's a lot in the collection of wisdom. It's not just, all right, just that, I just give you that gold coin, ding, that's it. No, there's a collection. There's a lot there, a lot I can work with. So you find it's like, man, I got this treasure hoard right here. And I can, make a lot happen with all this wisdom. The more wisdom you get, the more you can make happen. Because the more you learn, oh, snap, that's how I should handle that. Okay, I get the knowledge there, the understanding there, the application there. Okay, I got the package. I got the wisdom. I can make something shake and bake with this. I can make something work. You get that. So now, moving on, and it says, like I said, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, because wisdom won't fail you. Foolishness, it can fail you, but wisdom, it's not going to fail you if properly applied at the appropriate time. Because wisdom will tell you, all right, now I got to move this way. Oh, I should make a change based on these things, and now move this way. Wisdom. So it has its proper time and place. So now, reading on verse 14, continuing. Which they that use, that's the key, which they that use become the friends of God. It ain't good enough just to know it. A lot of people, I know. But do you understand, let alone apply? So how well do you understand what it is you know? And then how well do you apply what it is you know? Because that's the other part. It's levels to this. It's not just good enough just to know. And sometimes in your growth, you can get the information. You can hold on to information for years. But you may not have the understanding. And then even when you get the understanding, you still may not apply for years. Just a simple concept. People, oh yeah, I know the truth. Yeah, I know the truth. I know who we are. Yeah, I know. And yet and still, they haven't applied themselves to follow, to keep and do. So it's a process. And it's all about, that's again, that diligence. How well are you going to apply yourself? You have to apply yourself. No different. You need a job. Guess what? It ain't just going to fall out the sky. You need to apply yourself. You need to be doing some praying, some looking, some searching, some knocking. So the Most High start opening up them doors for you. And then it can seem like it just fell out the sky. Now I got it. Well, yeah, it's because you've been asking, knocking, seeking, searching. The Most High provided in due season. But even then, you still got to do the paperwork. You still got to, hey, fill out these other things. Ain't just, all right, I got it, I'm here. Just, all right, I just go in and that's it. Nah, it's a process. And you got to be diligent from beginning to the end, or whatever that shall be. So it's a process. Now it said, which they that use, apply, become the friends of God. You want to know what caused others, Daniel, Esther, Judith, Abraham, to be beloved of the Most High is because they learned the program. They learned the word and stuck to the script. Hey, this is what it is. This is what I got to do. This is where he want me to show up. That's where I'm going to be. You learn it. So now, reading on, and it says, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. That means you have to have a certain level of love or respect, appreciation for the process of learning. Not everybody has that. Because in order to learn, I have to be good at what? Listening, watching, following, studying, all those things so that I can absorb the information. I can get the information and absorb it. Then that's how I'll learn. That's how I'll get it in order, like it dealt with, to receive those gifts so that the Most High can commend me for them and I can become a friend of God. It's a process. Abraham didn't just start off as a friend of God. He worked. He earned that. Same with Moses. Moses didn't just start up there. Hey, he earned it. And like the Most High said, when he called Abraham, walk before me and be thou perfect. Because sometimes you can already have certain things together in the world, certain things that within your spirit, you already possess that. You already learned to gravitate to that. But nevertheless, you still got to learn these other things, these other changes. You might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 together. Most are like, man, that's my guy or my girl. Got you. But I need you to learn the rest of these so you get 8, 9, and 10 together. Then we solid. I'm rocking with you. We solid. So you got to get those other 3 together and you be all right. But are you willing to learn and get those other 3 together? You might be willing, you might not be. But you have to do some soul searching and see, all right, you know what? I can get these together, I can go ahead and humble myself, learn these other things, do thus saith the Lord. Or be honest with yourself, hey, I'm not willing to do that. Then the Most High be like, all right, well, I'm not willing to do this. You're not going to be my friend if you're not going to do these things. So it ain't like it's rocket science or impossible for you to get close to the Most High God. The Most High God have favor on you. You read in Exodus, and I believe Exodus chapter 28, Most High God have grace and mercy upon thousands that love him and keep his commandments. Thousands of people that get favor with the Most High God. You may be in that number, you might not be. But either way it goes, it's on you. It's your choice. You got a choice. You got a decision to make every day. It's up to you to make that decision and how you gonna move. So verse 15, and it reads, God hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. Because guess what? That's how you get it. The Most High's stamp of approval. You want the Most High stamp of approval. That when you speak, Most High, like, man, that's the one. Every time, man, they dropping jewels. Somebody need to pick them up. Because it's gold laying all on the floor right now when this brother speak, when this sister speak, because they talking my language. They talking my talk. When I hear them talk, guess what? It's prosperous. You learning from, you gaining something from it. Scriptures have mentioned certain people that, man, getting counsel for them, whew, none of their words fell to the ground. It was gold. And unfortunately, that's something that is overlooked by many. Go over their head. Don't matter to me. Don't mean nothing to me. A lot of people, it's gold, jewels, rubies. All they seeing is man, I just see Starburst candies everywhere. I'm all right. So, or just earth and clay. It's just dirt around. Well, the scripture say, hey, cast not your pearl before swine, because swine ain't gonna be able to distinguish between this is something valuable versus this ain't valuable, and I need to watch what I do with this, and I need to treat that with more care versus that I could treat any kind of way. They're not going to distinguish. Some people aren't going to have that level of discernment. Some people aren't going to have that level of understanding. So some you'll be able to teach and guide. Others have to go through life. They'll learn. And some, hey, sorry for you. They just ain't going to get it. Ain't going to get right. Just like movie life. Hey, ain't going to get right. Some just, hey, but nevertheless, I pray you get it. Hope you get it. So, and as you submit, you learn that Most High, he going to guide you. He going to guide you along the way. He going to lead you. He got you in self-development courses. So you already signed up for them. You say, where I signed up for? When you decide to start living and applying this. Most like, all right, I got you. He got your whole growth pattern set up. All right, I'm going to hit him with this. Okay. Then a few months later, I'm going to hit him with that. Then I'm going to set him up. And then next year, I'm going to hit him with that. But see, it's going to be like what they got hit with at the first. But I'm going to switch up the game a little bit on them. And then I'm going to hit it. And I'm going to see how they've grown. All right. And all right. If they grow from that, then I'm going to take it down this way. And if they stunt and then they ain't got it together, then I'm going to go ahead and take them back over here. Okay. And then he already got the roadmaps paved out. Whichever way you go, he already got the plan. He already got the roadmap for you. All you got to do is just keep moving along, and hey, some tests you'll pass, others you pass with flying colors, and some, hey, you're gonna fail, but that's all right. You learning. That's part of the process. So that's why the scripture say, hey, ain't a righteous man that sin not. So because at some point in time you're gonna fall short. So at some point in time, need to be earlier, mid, or later in your walk. Times you get weak. So you ain't always going to be strong. So you're going to go through things. Some things will test and try you. But just because you made a mistake doesn't mean you've completely failed. Doesn't mean your walk is over. You got to get up, keep going. Just man falls 7 times, but rises up again. But the wicked fall into mischief. They don't care. They're going to lay there. They ain't going to get up. You just got to keep fighting. So now, verse 16. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. So we have to understand that with the Most High, that both us as our individual person and also our vernacular, our mind, because our words, it comes from our minds. Our minds and our spirits, the spirit of our mind is all with the Most High. So meaning the Most High can open you up to knowledge and understanding, but he's not going to open you up to those things all at once. He's going to slowly crack that lid on you, slowly open that up And it's to make sure you're able to digest everything that's now coming in. You know, you're able to take it in and you know what to do with it. Not floodgates is rushing and you just blown back. No. Open it up, take it in incrementally, little by little. Learn a little, apply a little. Live a little, rinse, repeat. Learn a little, apply a little, live a little, rinse, repeat. Because you learn it, got to apply it, and then you got to be tested in real life with it. How you do with that? I wanted to open you up to this, but you ain't do right. So you got to stay at that level a little longer. You haven't matured or grown enough for these things yet. So I'm going to restrict your spirit. Just like when Christ did, when he reappeared to his disciples. Their understanding wasn't fully unlocked, but when he left, then he opened their understanding to comprehend in a different way. Sometimes the Most High, he still comprehend. You be meditating on some things for a minute, like, man, I just can't figure it out. Man, I can't get it right now. The other times, it might take a minute. You might not be able to get it now. It might take a week, might take a month, or several, or even a year. And it's finally, dang, it hit me. I got it. That's it. That's it. It might just be through another life event or through you helping somebody else. You might be counseling someone else and you helping them with their issue and they help with your issue. So, man, you came to me for help. I'm helping you, but I learned through helping you, and I helped you, and me helping you helped me too. Helped both of us. Because sometimes in those situations, it clicks. I get it. I understand. I see. So, didn't get it at first. Didn't click at first. Wasn't registering. But now, boom, I got it. I got it. Watch me. So watch the Most High. He gonna allow those things to happen for a reason, and it's part of your growth and development plan. Most High already got your own curriculum. You got it for everybody. Everybody got their own thing and how you trying and seeing it for their own level. You in the righteous academy. Academy of righteousness, school of righteousness. But everyone's learning at a different pace. So, and people also learning per their position where they can prosper. So the Most High, like, all right, it's no different than, the prophets. Hey, some of them, like, certain people say, okay, major prophet, you going to write a lot? Jeremiah, Ezekiel, y'all going to write a lot. And the others, mine, you going to write less. Obadiah, Jonah, y'all going to write less. Hey, I'm going to use how I see fit and based upon how I know, okay, I know how this person going to operate, how they going to get these things done. And then I'm going to set things in their life to grow them and build them up for what it is I'm going to use them for. Because remember, he's the potter over the clay to form one fashion after one manner, another after a different, as he seeth fit. So allow the Most High to shape and mold you as he sees fit for his purpose. So, hey, everybody got a different assignment, a different calling. So in terms of how the Most High going to use you, just be happy to be used righteously. That's good enough for me. So now, let's continue. And this is all wisdom also in knowledge of workmanship. Because the Most High in 16, all wisdom also in knowledge of workmanship. Because the Most High, anything you want to do, anything you want to get better at, ask the Most High. Pray on it. Ask him. He can help you. He can help elevate you, help you be all you can be, all you want to be in a particular area, if that's what your sincere desire is. But don't think it's just, all right, I prayed, and it's just, boom, tomorrow, I'm there, I got it. I know everything like I done read the encyclopedia. It don't necessarily work like that. You might have to read the encyclopedia first, and then, all right, you got it. So you have to go through still the process, but the Most High can make it easier for you to comprehend or retain the information. Okay, good. It's clicking for me easier now. I'm getting it easy, much more easier now. Easily now. So, excuse me. So now it's coming to me easy, or much easier. Or you have a situation, where, because remember, the Most High, boy, he can work or work. He know how to, man, for your mind and your spirit, he know how to hit them switches on or off. He can do the reverse. He can cause you to start losing your understanding. So you have that. You have people, it starts going in the opposite direction. Multiple reasons. Need to be on one end, on the right side, you just getting up to a certain age and you getting other, like they say, mental illness or things that Alzheimer's, other health issues of the mind, of the brain. Or on the left side, you have people who you are lukewarm. You tiptoeing. That line is a thin line between faith and foolishness, and you tiptoeing. So you playing games, and you start, all right, most sides start pulling your coattail, and he might start, if you going left, all right, let you be led that way, because now you playing games with me. So you ain't trying to repeat. You ain't trying to get right. You leaning too far left, I'll let you be guided left then. So stop playing. Most High start hitting them switches off. Your understanding start going away. Your understanding start changing. So you don't want that. So you want to make sure, all right, I'm fighting to get right, because he ain't playing lukewarm. You got to choose a side, get serious with it. So let's continue. Verse 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements. That's key. The Most High can open you up to those things. Even certain knowledge and understanding of things that, our forefathers, they had this knowledge, but others in this mind, they may not have it as a whole. The Most High can open you up to those things. So if you serious, you want to know, Most High, all right, I see you serious about this. You studied these things. You ain't a novice no more. You adept, or you a professional in my eyes. I see you a professional, or you a veteran. Man, I'll start giving you some of this knowledge and understanding. You've been praying, you've been fasting, you've been serious, you've been showing yourself. Okay, I'll start opening up your mind and your spirit to comprehend more of these things and understand more of these things. And it start clicking like, oh, snap. Dang, it say this and it say that. Cool. And then here, dang, I go with that. That's what that's saying there. And then this. Okay, that's explaining it. Let's go hand in hand with that. Okay. And then I've been reading some of the history. Okay, I see this happen at this time. That happened here. Okay, that line up with that. Dang, how come I didn't see that 3 years ago, but now I see it now. Dang, it would have been, I learned this 10 years ago. You start having things over time. But again, it's how you apply yourself. So now, like I said, there's a way, because that now the information to be aware, to be aware of how these things happen, and to know truly, and to understand that true understanding, really the science behind these things. That's science, but not science, false science, so-called, but now the true scientific nature of how these things are, So, verse 18, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times. So that's key. He said, man, to be able to know the beginning and the ending and the midst of the times, to be able to know, like, and put these things together in a better way, man, that's beautiful. To have that level of understanding and reach that level, reach a certain level of pinnacle of knowledge and understanding, scriptural prowess, to be able to have that, and that takes time and application, and hopefully one day you can achieve that and you can learn and understand, okay, cool, I understand these periods, I understand more the book of Genesis, I got that down pat, I got how things were formed and things, I got, okay, Egypt, I got the various times, I got, everything from our forefather there, and and then from Abraham, and down the generations, the Hyksos spirit, and then down to our people getting expelled, or slavery first, and then our expulsion out of Egypt. Like I'm getting these things. I'm getting all these different time periods. I'm getting, okay, and remember these end times, some of the events, what has happened scripturally, the things that are yet prophesied to happen but haven't happened yet, or the things we in the midst of these things. That's a blessing. That's a beauty, but you only gonna get there through consistency, diligence, patience too, humility, slowly but surely. So now, verse 18, continuing, it says, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons. 19, the circuits of years and the positions of stars. That's a lot to learn just through those. Depending on how deep you're trying to go, the alteration the alteration of the turning of the sun, change of seasons, circuits of years, positions of stars, and really understanding how these things operate and what they mean. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see patterns with these things, how these things work, how they change. Like, those things take time. 20, the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts. That's important too. You start learning different creatures the Most High made, because you read every now and then in scriptures, he references certain animals. And certain animals he references in conjunction with Israel. Why does he call the sheep? Have you studied the nature of a sheep? Why times he calls lions? Have you studied the nature of a lion? Like, have you really studied it? Not just, oh yeah, I know Lion King of the Jungle and Hunt Gazelle and stuff. Nah, have you actually watched like some nature stuff or looked up some stuff? You actually Google and see and learn the mannerisms of these creatures. You learn those things. And then, even other things, not to pick on anybody, but even then, you see at times like, dang, why the Most I say, our women become cruel like the ostrich? Why that animal? So, and how are women, their cruelty are likened unto that animal? And you start doing some study like that. Okay, dang, I can see. Okay, and then you look at life, and you see how certain things go. And I say, dang, yeah, I can see that. Dang, more people more women are like ostriches. Dang, and scriptures start coming alive in certain ways. So you start putting those things together. That's why it's important to see, because then it increases your spiritual growth. Because now you're seeing how the Most High is thinking and operating. Because remember, the Most High put a lot of thought into how he assembled the Holy Scriptures. It wasn't just something he just randomly assembled or put together. Any kind of, just give them a lot of words and they just read that. It just a bunch of wisdom, they'll figure it out. Nah, he tactfully put this together, to make sure there was a level of both simplicity that I can read and get, but then also a level of complexity that he also built into it. And it takes time to start learning and to get both sides of it. A lot of people can get the simple stuff, or they get even some of the chronological stuff, but there's levels to the reading and breaking down of the scriptures. So, which is why he says, man, man, I don't want to butcher the scripture, but pretty much Most High likes to conceal things, but it's also, man, for us to search them out, So let's continue on in verse 20. It says, the violence of winds and the reasonings of men. Man, that's important too. Learn the violence of wind. How like some of these winds get caught up here. How do some of these things happen? What causes a tornado? What causes a hurricane? And what's the devastating force? How bad can some of these things get? Because I can think in my head, if I'm foreign to some of these things, ain't nothing but a little wind. Nah, these go out there and play if you want to. Wind will kill you. If it get up to a certain speed, don't play with it. Don't play with them. So, but you got to learn those things. There's a wind that's safe, and then a wind that's deadly. There's a difference. And you need to be able to tell the difference for your sake and your families, friends, if you're in those type of situations, to be able to see, nope, you see how the winds is blowing, see how they moving, yeah, we shouldn't go over there yet. Or you know what? Today's a day, stay inside. Most High got other plans today. Nope. We go all next time. So we gonna apply wisdom in this case. So, like I said, thin line between faith and food. Looks like it's gonna be a tornado. Then ain't my day, not today. So, most I know what he doing is, hey, we out there next week. We ain't going out this week. Next week we be out there though. So let's we get caught up in that. No, man, most High God, it's out there. Shoot. You got to read some of your history and see. Most High got some judgment coming. Them things is judgment. Most High got some judgment coming. You ain't going to stop it. You better read about some of them kings and how they thought they was going to get in between, thinking all Israel. And Most High, hey, heathen said, God gave me a dream. Go on and destroy them over there, the northern kingdom. What you doing getting in the way of that? I can't let you get in the way of people. Got shot. One of the greatest. He was a righteous king too. You read about him. Righteous king got, shot by that bow and arrow, struck dead, moving foolishly, but the Most High didn't hold it to his charge. He said, I understand you love your people, you get in the way of my judgment though, but hey, I ain't gonna hold you to it. You died foolishly, but I ain't gonna hold you to that. I know you was honorable, but you got in the way of judgment. Don't get in the way of the Most High's judgment. Don't try to, I pray Most High may have some mercy, but it's his choice. Let his will be done. Just don't get in the way. So don't think you gonna go out there and be an Israelite and be able to, change things. Some he get that power to, and you better know before if you one of them. And know if it's even that season. Because sometimes, you might be one of them, but it ain't always that season. Most I said, nope, I got it. This one got to be done. You ain't going to prevent this. So it got to happen. Case by case. So, look like Abraham with Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham, friend of God. Hey, he was holding, man, let me ask again, but the Most High, judgment's still going to happen, but I do this, I do your side. I'm going to save the righteous out of there, but I got to destroy it. So I got to destroy it. You ain't going to stop me from destroying it. So sometimes it be that. Sometimes the thing is, nah, this is going to happen. This destruction need to happen. You ain't going to change that, but hopefully you can, pray, get the righteous up out of that situation. That's it. But if you run up in there, what happened, happened. So let's read on. So 20. So the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men. Why is that important? The reasonings of men. Because even the scriptures deal with it, that the heart of man is deep, the heart being the mind. The heart of man is deep. Who can know it? Who can know it? Like, there's a process of studying the mind and why people do things. That's the reason. Why you do that? What made you do that? What makes someone think that way and then move that way? Psychology, that's the study of the mind. What makes someone think that way and then move that way, make that type of decision? That you have to study. Because at first, people can just brush it off and think, that's just stupid. You have to think, what puts someone in that type of position? You have to think, no matter how you feel about whatever crazy stuff, wisdom is putting yourself in a place to understand why would that person do that? Not just why would they do that, but seriously, okay, you might hear somebody, because some of you work jobs where you deal with people, different walks of life, different situations, and you have to have a level of either discernment or awareness in terms of, okay, I need to kind of figure these things out. I need to be more aware of what this person may possibly be thinking and what they may do or how they're moving, based upon the job that you may work. Where others, they don't have to deal with that, so it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Their mind isn't on the same level per se, or on the same frequency, because it's not what they may have to deal with on a day-to-day. But others, hey, I have to consider that. I have to consider what this person may do. So, and because it can very much well affect what it is I may say and do as well. So, or to better understand them, to help them solve their problem or the issue. Understandable. So you have to take that time to, really understand those things in a way, because then that's also where empathy can come in. Okay, I can empathize with that. Like the scriptures say, no man would despise a thief if he steal for his hunger. But nevertheless, if he's caught, he shall pay back double. So there's a balance. Yeah, you can understand what someone may have done. It doesn't make it right, but hey, I get why you did that. So I ain't mad at you. I get why you did it, but nevertheless, this is still the judgment. So understandable, but this still has to apply. Not always the case. Other times, all right, I get it, but have some grace and mercy given the situation. Understand it. So, and you see the domino effect that, okay, this happened, that then caused this, that then caused this. You have a variety of different scenarios. This is one I give when I give counsel situations, just tell people perspective. And actually, this one, I probably say for this other lesson I'm gonna do, most I permit tomorrow. All right, most I permit tomorrow. I say it for this other lesson, and understand first and then rebuke, because that's part of what I'm gonna deal with. So I don't want to give all the spoilers, but you have to really put yourself in place and really get that mindset to, all right, let me try to see where you're coming from. Let me really try to understand, so that way I can process this the correct way. I can pick up what you're putting down. Let's continue. The diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. I want to say that and list it separately like that, because root is also a plant. What's it saying? The diversities of plants. Learning that just because you got a plant doesn't mean it's all good. Doesn't mean it's all safe. Certain plants you have to learn, these will kill you. Oh, these will hurt me. If I touch it, that'll hurt me. Dang, hurt my finger. Oh, but these, although they seem safe to touch that mug, you're going to start breaking out. Or you touch it, or too much of it you touch too long, it start getting sleepy. It might kill me. Certain ones, hey, you burn them, it might get toxic for you. Other ones, it might make you sleepy too. So it make you feel good. It all depends. So you learn different stuff. So certain ones, hey, that smell good. I get some of that make my house smell good. You learn different things. There's diverse. There's different types. You learn different types of plants. Some that are good, some that are bad. In terms of for the purpose I may want to use them for. That every plant ain't good to eat. There's some plants that are good to eat and some that are toxic to eat. Every plant you can't necessarily take and try to use as some type of air freshener, because every plant don't smell good either. Some plants stink. You brought that in. What you thought, man? I thought it was a good plant, be a good house plant. Man, that thing stank. You don't smell that? So certain plants be like that. You gotta learn. Hey, it's diversities. But I mean, for some people, hey, Like I say, different strokes with different folks. But, and the virtues of roots. Why? Because you learn from various roots. And those roots isn't just all we think the bottom of the tree, but even certain things that grow in the ground. That grow down and you eat, but might think is certain part of the plant, but it's the root. Like certain plants, it's like certain vegetables, they grow on the ground. Carrots, beets, turnips, certain things, like you eating the root or you eating the bottom. So the top part growing out. So you learn the virtues, the benefits of these things, and certain things from roots that you create medicines. You learn like, dang, it's valuable. Like there's value in this. I can use this. This is good. I can use this for this, or if I make it this way, I can use it for this. But then I make it this way, I can use it for this. Certain thing like, dang, I use this, I can eat this. But then this one, man, I put on and dang, I noticed, man, it helped clear up that scar I had, or you learn this, dang, it helped with them bumps I got breaking out. It helped with that, or this one, dang, I put this on, it helped heal that up right, man, quite nicely. Man, the virtues, it's a beautiful thing. You learn that. So, verse 21, it says, "In all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know." How you know that? Man, I study and I improve my level of righteousness and virtue to gain favor from the Most High, to where he can open up my mind and my spirit to be able to comprehend those things, to be able to talk about those things and say, hey, this is how these things happen. This is what makes sense. This is what the Most High revealed to me. So, hey, if you shall receive it, this is what it is. Dang, man, you solid. What's needed? Spiritual discipline. So to discipline yourself spiritually to be able to work to attain that. Not everybody will attain it, but the door is open, for you to be able to grow and abound. It's just what may take one person 5 years to get, may take another 10, may take another 15, may take another 20. Some may not even get it in this life, even if they had the 30, 40, 50, 60 years. May not get it. Certain ones would have been back in the day when, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 years. Get it. Certain people, hey, they're not going to get it at the same time or the same pace. That's okay. And not everybody cares to get it. Certain people, that's beyond me. I'm good where I'm at. I don't care to know that. I don't really care to put myself in a position to study that just to say I know this. So I'm good doing this. I'm good staying in my lane. That's okay. If that's you, hey, it's a choice. And then not everyone may be in a certain position where it's even as vital for them to get that in that way. May be the case too. That's okay. So it's just understanding it's possible. And if I desire to attain to that, I can work to attain to that. Not a problem. It's just, do you have that desire, or is the Most High pushing you to do that or become that based upon his desire for you? So it depends. So now, 22, for wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. That's a lot. But he gave you the laundry list. So, thing like, man, wisdom, it worked through everything. It's in the background of everything. How everything is done. gotta be done through wisdom. You gotta, it has to, in that, it has to take some part, like, because even the scriptures say, man, with our people, we be wise to do evil. We learn the tactics that are needed to do the wrong thing instead of the right thing. We shift our mind away from the strategy of righteousness to the strategy of wickedness. How to do some dirt, how to make sure I do this first, then I gotta do that. That's how I'm gonna go get this. That's how I'm gonna line this up, and then I do that. Man, yeah, and I got it then. We do that. To rob, steal, kill, rape, adultery, fornications. We learn all those things. We apply it then. So it ain't that we can't do. We don't know. So, but we choose to apply ourselves in that way, in wickedness, than to rather do the right thing. So we do that. But yet and still, it's Most High, he knows, he understands. Our people wise to do evil, but to do good, our people they don't know the way they should. So let's continue. And like I said, wisdom word on thing, that's what taught him. Taught him everything to really understand all these different aspects. Verse 23. So, and it reads, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care. See, now I gotta break these down a little more. Let me even go back. Let's overstep myself. It said, man, wisdom taught me, friend, her is an understanding spirit. See, wisdom is an understanding spirit. Wisdom seeks to really understand, seeks really to know. Let me get behind it. Let me get the detail. Let me get the science. The science is the understanding. Let me get the science of it. So, understanding, it's holy. It is holy. Wisdom, man, is something. It's special. It's separated. It ain't just all with the West. It's set apart for the Most High. And though he choose to bestow it, the other nation, he gave wisdom on certain things. He just chose to give the bulk of it to the Israelites. But he gave the other nation wisdom on stuff and gifts and talents and things of that nature. They ain't like, man, he blessed the earth. He blessed everybody. So that's part of why even he says, man, it's people that receive gifts of me even though they haven't known me. Most High bless people, and certain people don't even know that he blessing them. But that's also why you understand the judgment's so hard, because, hey, he made things different. He ain't make us like the penguin. He ain't make us in the same way as the crab or the baboon. Nah, he made us different. So we're held to a different standard, different level of accountability. So we don't just move instinctively. We can reason, think, plan, calculate in a whole different way, different ball game. So it's different. So now, moving on, says one only. Why? Because it's a situation like university, one school of thought, one train of mind. One school of thought, one train. But then notice after that, it says, well, manifold. How the hell it go from one only to manifold? Because although it's one frame of thought, one school, yet many subjects, many things it applies to. It goes into this, all from here. So, boy, them circuits. Subtle. Wisdom can be so subtle. So it's just, bam, it's here. Just kiss standard. Keep it simple, stupid. So sometimes just right there in front of you. Right there. That's why, also, hey, lively. Because, man, excuse me, find out how real it is, how even alive these scriptures are. You see things come to life. You see living examples, the breathing word, living word. You see it. Dang, I see the scriptures say this, and I see this happening in life right now. That's what I'm at. Clear. It is clear. The scriptures are Most High clarifies things. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, man, wisdom is clear. Wisdom is not meant to be something that is secret or hidden, that has some type of agenda, behind it, some type of maliciousness. It's clear. It's not tainted. It's not tainted. That's why it leads with that net undefiled. It's not undefiled in that way. So it's not a situation where it's there to hurt you. It's there to help you. So it's not there to fail you. It's there to support you. So, it's understanding those things. So it ain't something that when you hear it, it's something that's meant to offend. Like, ooh, what's that? Like something stank or something. Like, nah. It's supposed to be something like you hear it and it's like, nah, that's good. Like a good scent. Like, man, nah, that's good. That's fresh. That's fresh. I can rock with that. That's fresh. So I like that. I like that. That's fresh. I could roll with that. So, and it says plain. Man, it's plain. It's wisdom can be something that, man, it's simple to understand. Like I said, KISS standard. Keep it simple, stupid. Not calling anyone stupid. Just, it's simple. It's lay it out in front of me. Lay it out in front of me. It's simple. Not subject to hurt. So both ways. Nothing you can do to hurt wisdom, and then wisdom ain't nothing it can do to hurt you. Because wisdom is the right application regardless of the situation. It's the best choice that you can make in that scenario. That's why it says not subject to hurt. It ain't. Wisdom ain't never gonna do you wrong. Wisdom can only do you right. That's the beauty of it. It can only do you right. It can never do you wrong. Never, ever, ever. No, not never. Do you wrong. Wisdom can never lead you astray. Wisdom will always do you right. Because it's wisdom. It's the best choice given the situation. Now, there are some situations that suck, but wisdom doesn't. Some situations that ain't as good, but wisdom's always good. So it's just, hey, these are the options. You lay down all the options. These are the options. Wisdom's always going to be the best one. That one is the wisest in that scenario. Out of these 3 or 4 options, that's the one you got to take. Even if it's like, dang, they all ain't too bad. They all ain't too good. So, but this is the best one out of the worst. It's like, yeah, it's like you go to the store. I got to get some fruit. In this scenario, let's say you got to the store. Got to get some fruit. It's what they got to offer. Hey, wisdom, take that best out the bunch. That's the one. So that's always going to be wisdom, the best out the bunch. No matter where you go, hey, the best out the bunch, that's always the one. So now, let's continue. So it says, loving the thing that is good. That's the thing. Because again, it ain't going to do you hard. Because it's always going to be loving the thing that is good. Loving the thing that is right. Because we know good is dealing with the law and the wisdom of the law. Like, the law is good. So it's loving the law. Loving the thing that is right. So, quick. Okay, quick. Now, quick can be applied to for quick. You get quickened, alive, life is breath, but you also have quick in terms of the level of speed to something, to a degree. So because someone can be quick, but they may not necessarily be fast. So, and you may have to see certain fitness videos or things of that nature to kind of see that played out. So they can have them quick bursts or spurts or jilly poop pop, get off of here, I get off here, ooh, quick. But I may not necessarily, all right, 100-meter dash and all right, be able to stay fast, that all the way down the line. But shoot, you can have some quick movements off some things or moments depending on what it is, and boom, play for get off the line fast, get over the bag fast, or I can have those moments of quickness. So, and wisdom being quick, it's ready to respond to the situation. So wisdom is always available. It's always at the ready to respond to the situation. So that's the thing, which cannot be leaded. Let's make sure we get the definition of leaded. So it says a simple past tense and past participle of let. So, and let also has like let alone, leave alone, let be, let go. So in those regards, of course, we have to cause, to make, or allow, or permit. But in this context, dealing with two more so let go, let alone. That wisdom ain't something you just let go. I ain't gonna do. I'm gonna leave off of. I ain't gonna apply. Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna be wise to let go of wisdom. So, cause you're gonna need it at some point in time, even just a little bit of it. Because some people, they may not got the loaf, but they got some crumbs. They make them crumbs work. So some people, all they've been operating on in life is crumbs. But them crumbs of wisdom can help take care of it. Because even Christ said, man, the children of darkness are in their generations wiser than the children of light when it comes down to certain things. Certain things, they got the wisdom on that. We lacking. They know that. They know how to, they study that. They just not doing these other things to help coincide with that. So, because sometimes it's thin line between that too. Thin line between you being wise and you being crafty. So, you can be, even with subtlety. Subtlety can be on the crafty end, but subtlety can also be on that wisdom end. It just depends on how you use it and how you play it to where it can go either way. So now, let's continue. It says, ready to do good. Part of that, it's there to be a positive help. But nevertheless, for the sake of time, we'll end it here with Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 22. Next time, Most High permit, we'll pick up on verse 23. So I pray, Most High willing, you guys got a good understanding of us reading, and hopefully you enjoyed more of the reading. And like I said, we'll keep the ball rolling, Most High permit, next week. With that, man, I'm Bishop Yatab of Sound Faith Ministries, and pray you continue on with us, man, and like, share, subscribe so other people can learn and listen and hopefully enjoy it as much as you did. And with that,